Okay, so the first thing we know, so this is a preliminary. This is a preliminary, and basically what we do on a preliminary subdivision plan is we ask a bunch of questions. You present what you want. We have a dialogue back and forth about our concerns or our comments, and then we schedule you guys for final if you can overcome, some of the things on here. The glaring issue, which I might as well start with the glaring issue. Can I start with the glaring issue?
By all means.
Why don't you allow him to present?
Well, then present. If you want to present.
I'll make it brief.
Make it brief.
To get to the point. I'm Spencer too, living in the service. Realty Trust, I'll be brief as I can. The site is up on Loveland Hill Road. It's coming up from here on the left. It's probably only half mile as the crow flies, I would estimate. As you're going up on the left, as you approach the top of the hill, there's the wildlife management unit off to the right. This is basically directly across the street. The Bluebells built recently, actually, after we did the survey, where it built a house, a detached barn, and all the infrastructure.
Different from what I thought.
In this far corner, you can actually see the stone walls on the right of way. There are lots, currently 3 separate tax map units. It's 7,322, 7,568, and 11,321. It's the acreage associated with the 3 lots on sheet 1. This plan intends to do 2 things at the same time, which is to consolidate the lots into 1 and then re-subdivide into 9 lots. Basically, the balance of the land area would go to the lot with the house and barn on it now. The remainder would be 10 acres and have the requisite 200 feet frontage minimum. The frontage listed on sheet 2. There's a little frontage table and also individual areas are all listed.
This is one.
The tract overall is pretty large, and we have to split up between subdivision plan sets, or plan sheets, and in the interest of jumping to the point, I'll entertain the board's comments.
What are you counting for road frontage? Because there is no road frontage to the old road.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So when we look on this map here, your road frontages, you have several lots that's less than 200 feet, so that's stuck right out.
So those aren't less than 200 feet. Those are the individual line segments. So, for instance, you can see this one where it's 155.05.
Yeah.
That one. There's an additional line 8. If you see that annotation, go to the line 8 table. That's an additional 28.5 feet, 20.56. And there's an additional 16.4.
So what's the
overall total?
Yeah, what's the distance that you're referencing? Is that just the envelope?
It's the entirety from the stone wall to the corner of the wall.
You talking about this?
I believe it's just before there's a picket. I don't see it. There's a gate. Yep. And it's just before that.
Okay.
So all of the frontages on Loveland Hill Road, Class 5 road.
Yep.
And they all exceed. They're at or greater than the 200.
So the property boundaries are 200 feet across.
Along the frontage, correct.
Okay.
Yeah, the old road in the rear. So that's actually, I actually asked the surveyor about that this morning because I figured some questions would come up about that.
Yeah, that's a logging road. It's not a road.
Correct. So the Class 6 designation actually ends at the lot line.
Correct.
There may be some implicit rights of access that are private. That we certainly don't want to say it's off limits, but the ownership is over that. Logging road.
Okay, I believe. Okay, just stop you a second.
Yep.
I believe up the old road is a cemetery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's access from the other side. It's not
Is it?
access
Oh,
from the
okay.
Lower Hill side. It's access from.
Well, you can actually get to it from both sides.
Well, you could, but there's no. I don't think there's any road. There's no road in there. Is there off of Loveland Hill Road?
Off of Loveland Hill, not directly.
Right.
No.
Okay, that's what I thought. I mean, you could go. There's a couple trails that go up there. You can
Correct.
find it,
Yeah,
but that's not a.
skate through.
Okay, there was a time when the snowmobilers went through. Okay?
Correct. Yep.
And then when John Clemens owned it, okay, and then the guy who came in from Massachusetts put up a fence up. And so there was some about that.
Yep.
I think the snowmobilers just drove around it and kept going.
I think they go on the turnpike.
Yeah, and then they got to the turnpike. All right, then they got access to the turnpike. Then they got access. Okay.
So is that clear regarding the frontage along
Is that clear?
the road
Yeah.
and how that's called out on the plan?
Okay.
It's okay, but it's confusing.
Yeah, so we numbered the individual line segments. Some of these segments are so short.
Oh, yeah, what this is, these are the setback lines.
Registry
Mhm.
standards.
Okay.
It's gonna get very busy. So we have a line table.
So we actually have 70 feet here, not.
Segments.
Yeah, because that was the only point that, I mean, we're all novices, so that was a glaring issue.
Sure.
So it was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, so these are the setback lines.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all setback lines. Alright, and we have the topo here, but there's, you know, and you call out the contours here. No wetlands.
Yeah, did you do any wetlands
So
studies? There should be wetlands down in the
We haven't
back
known
side of
that,
it, right?
So I'm a wetland scientist and soil scientist. There's certainly wetlands that bisect the lot.
Yeah.
We didn't do that as part of this investigation. If that's going to be a requirement of the board, that's fine. We didn't see that was a requirement as part of the subdivision regs. Please correct me if I'm wrong with that. We figured we exceed the 10 acres in size and haven't walked, basically the larger building envelopes here, this whole hillside, the knob in the back
Yep.
is the
It would be-
desirable area. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, because the lots are so large, depending on what a future owner wants to do, that would be the most appropriate time for a wetland investigation to be done. Because they may not care about the balance of the land in the rear, they may be trying to build a house right off Loveland Hill Road.
Right. Which would make the most sense.
Especially on the, what you have termed as 7, 3, 3, 322, 8, 7, and 6. I mean, those, if you put in a long driveway like that, we're gonna have some difficulty with fire safety. I mean, I know some people prefer it, but if we're gonna put all the building envelopes in the back, then we're definitely going to have some issues if we ever have to think about getting our tanker trucks up there.
Yeah, so the select board is revising the driveway permit application, and I think I mentioned that. And the revision is gonna have a maximum driveway length before it has to be wide enough for EMS to get down it, and then there has to be a turnaround for a fire truck
Turn around
at
the
the end.
hammerhead. or
So
waffling.
we're thinking that, and this is, it's the select board's decision, but when we talked to
No
Cameron,
setback.
it was
Space,
thinking
there's no
100
place to
feet
build a
minimum.
house back
And then after 100 feet, we want to have something that's a
there.
little bit
6, 7,
wider.
and 8.
Because we've had issues in town where people,
Is it gonna
fire
go
trucks
here,
have gone
here?
in to service and they can't even get in, let
Sure.
alone that.
Sure.
So if we have, if you have a long 500 or 600 foot driveway, beautiful thing to have, but it's gonna have to be built wider. And that's not gonna impact your subdivision, it's only gonna impact the people that buy the lot, because they're gonna have to apply, and that's gonna be in the driveway permit regulations, right? So,
And that's if they desire to do that.
exactly, so
I
that
guess-
might make them change where the envelope's gonna be.
Sure.
You might pull that envelope closer to the road.
Yeah, I'd say a reasonable concession I would see on that. Other municipalities with similar, go through the same process.
Yep.
Is a note on the plan that says these lots, driveway regulations at Croydon may apply
Right.
to the lots at the time of building permit.
I think that would be a good notation to put on the plan.
Sure.
I'd also like to have the road agent just look at the road frontage to see about drainage or any type of culverts, again, for where all of this is going to go, erosion or drainage
So-
down that hill.
So another note that you could add to the plan is that all driveways must slope off the road, which you're not gonna have a problem with on that section.
Yeah, everything's kind of easy.
Yeah, everything's going the other way.
Right, it's kind of easing off that one. I can understand some cross.
Yeah, so we want to eliminate anybody's driveway doing this to a main road.
Yep.
Because most people don't pave their driveways, so we end up with a bunch of dirt on the
Right,
road.
Or you sheet off
Yep.
ice or whatever else.
Yep, so that would be a good note to put on it, driveways must slope away from the road.
Would I be, so bold as to assume that that's also gonna be in the driveway
That will be.
regulations?
It
So,
will be.
Again, one maybe larger.
One may take care of the,
encompassing
yeah,
it.
yeah.
This isn't particularly germane, but these fields are where the bobolinks used to nest. A lot of them.
Bobolins?
Birds.
Are they endangered?
No, not particularly, but they're nice to see, and
They're migratory.
they're migratory. Yeah.
As long as there's no endangered birds.
No, it's not an endangered
Hesitation
species.
for that.
They're just nice to see. And they're not going to be there anymore.
I heard there were turtles at my property that were endangered. I haven't found one yet.
Okay.
The driveway regulations that currently exist, is this a policy that's?
There are driveway regulations that exist now that are 50 years old. I would suggest you could read them in about 30 seconds, and so that's why they're all gonna be.
So something along the lines, all driveways shall include a Croydon driveway regulations
Sure,
at the time of building permit
sure.
application.
And the growth management ordinance is in. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, right, but the people that are subdividing this are aware of the
Well,
fact
I
that-
think the board should understand, I don't think that Mr. Brunel's intent is to sell these. I think his intent is to maximize the usefulness of the land and do something if he needs to over time. Is that fair?
Yeah, I'm not selling.
Yeah.
Now, if I die and my wife takes over the property and she decides to sell it to the historic.
Yep, and so it's more of a, this is more of a plan for the estate than, I think, than it is for anything else.
Okay, then my suggestion would be leave the grass about that high for the summertime, and the birds will come. You put it down to a lawn.
Our field is constantly full of birds.
Yeah, but the bobolinks need fields with
Well,
grass
they
about that
got
high.
400 acres across the street, they'll be fine.
No, that didn't, no.
So I have
Doesn't
another
work.
question regarding
Yep.
drainage.
I get you.
How does the
Okay.
entire property drain?
That way.
I guess the direction of the contour maps is probably most helpful. As Lovren Hill goes up and then it goes back down
Yep.
towards Croydon Turnpike. Mostly as you take this bend. So as you're, let's see if I can forward forward, it's driving up there from the town hall. So as you go up, this is shooting off toward the left. There's basically a valley in here. Because this land goes back up where Pinnacle Road is, and the road is actually the high point of the lot.
Okay,
So there's a valley here that's pretty wet. There's no defined stream channel or anything. It's just kind of sitting there level. And then I believe, I don't even think there's a cross culvert in the road down here.
There isn't.
It's, so it kind of just sets in here and then infiltrates or evaporates. Probably would be an apt place for a culvert, but not either town's issue. And then, I believe as you get into this, the abutting lot to the east, sorry, you guys can see this. That also slopes down, so there may be some level of flowage or something, but maybe down towards Route 10, back in here, but I didn't see anything like that. Most everything just kind of sits.
so
In this area.
it's fine if it sits there. What happens if somebody starts excavating and now one house, everything's draining onto somebody else's house? How do we address those type of drainage and flowing patterns? Is it the problem of the person who buys the lot, that they have to put in trenches and drain it into the area that's low?
So I guess I'll ask this question in the inverse, right? So presumably you all have houses. Where does your stormwater go that comes off of your roof, right? So some of it probably goes in the woods, or fields, or
in the
the
woods.
street, or your driveway, or your neighbor's land, right? I guess a similar approach would happen here. If they're getting into, I guess, extreme levels of impact, 100,000 square feet, there's like a team that would be involved. But otherwise, stormwater runoff from residential houses is not.
Yeah, we don't have an impervious surface, any kind of impervious surface problem, sorry, we don't have impervious surface plans, we don't have ordinances regarding them, I'm just,
She's asking another question.
yeah, I'm trying to formulate it, but it's not coming out, my bad.
So one of the other hats that I wear, so I also do septic design and site design. So I do this on an individual level. And generally, I don't want to say it's my responsibility, but if a client or somebody looking to build property wants to develop it, part of that overall site design, relative to the driveway, the septic system, the well location of the house, is kind of considered in the grading plan for the home site. Generally, we don't want to shoot it into the neighbor's yard. Try and find an area where it's dispersed. I would hope that most everybody with a similar field would do something similar, but I guess I'm not sure at this level. That's a discussion worth having, and I don't know what level of assurances giving you that other future professionals will take these considerations into mind.
Well, that and the fact that somebody could put the house at the bottom and somebody could put the house at the top, and it's an irrelevant situation, right? Houses on a line, so there's no requirement for the houses to be on a line.
Unless part of the regulations were on larger subdivision plans like this, that we actually start putting in building envelopes and telling people because of those types of concerns. But we don't have those. Though it's just looking at it overall, seeing all of the lots, that was just my concern because of course, when those things happen, people come right into the town.
I agree. I mean, I know the town is always the ear that people go to. I guess I have.
I think, because I've been up there, doesn't all that land just flow to the back of all these lots?
It doesn't go to the back. There is a trough in the middle.
But it goes down, the hill sort of slopes that way, right?
Yeah,
So it's gonna carry the water back towards where, where all of this stuff is in the back of the lot.
It's sloping to the south. I think the water, if the road wasn't there, wants to get to the pond at the corner of the Croydon Turnpike. And
Oh, okay, John
this
Clements,
road
yeah, okay, I know.
kind of wants to go that way. That's why I said there's probably an apt candidate for a culvert here, but there's really no flow. So I can see it. Basically, the road's acting as a slight berm. I don't know if it's ever flooded over there. I think that's the directionality that everything's going towards.
We always get floods right here on Loveland Hill and Route 10 when there's a lot of water coming in. So
This isn't that water.
yeah, I know this is back
past-
further,
Yeah,
way back further. But I wasn't sure where where it transferred to or came down from. If this was part of it, or did it go to another area?
right.
That's my questions.
I think all of this wants to get to. Is there a name for it?
Croydon Turnpike?
There's Croydon Turnpike, and then there's a kind of a.
Catherine, Lake Catherine.
Lake Catherine?
At the corner there's a home site.
Yeah.
Home site.
Oh, yeah, Catherine.
It kind of dries up second half of the summer usually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think
beaver
that's
pond.
where,
Yeah.
before the road, before the congregation, I think that's probably the direction. we went.
So it goes to the opposite side, then, okay. I think I'm better then.
I'll show it to you in a way.
Can you tell me your name again?
It's Spencer Tate. T-A-T-E.
And what's your title?
Oh, boy. So I'm
A site
certified-
specialist?
Well, I'm a certified wetland scientist, I'm a certified soil scientist, and a licensed septic. Also one of the managers.
And a wetland dude, right?
Whatever.
Wetland dude.
Whatever
Put
you
that
want.
in
An
the
engineer, yeah.
As long as there's no four-letter words.
Any other questions from the board? Not from me. Aaron, you good? Kimberly?
No.
You good?
You're not good? Yeah,
I don't have any more questions.
okay.
All right. So, addressing all of our concerns, we've got our notes, and if you want to come back for a final on June. May 6th.
might have a conflict in June when we push it.
Made
You wanna do the 10th?
Can we,
Sure.
June 10.
I'm still chairman, we can do it.
please?
That's right. Meeting, okay.
All right. So it was on the 17th?
No, it was on the 10th. It was on the 3rd. It was always the first Wednesday.
3rd, okay, here it is.
Oh.
Moving to the 10th.
3rd to 10th.
Sharon, could you note in the meeting minutes, please, that we're gonna move the planning board meeting on on June 3rd to June 10th, just so it's in the minutes. Make sure no one books a meeting.
If the board would be so kind, I'm just gonna kind of reiterate my understanding of the notes. June, it says.
June 10th, you're done, bring a Mylar.
June 10th is as brief as possible. So a note addressing the driveways, and I'll make sure here
Be
the
great.
driveway regulations.
Yep.
of the town building permit. And then any additional clarity involving the frontage?
Do you want the total frontage on there, or do you?
Yeah, put the total road frontage for each lot on there,
Yeah.
so it's,
You
so
want-
if somebody comes in and pulls the plan, they're not yelling and screaming
So
because they
again,
don't see the
there's
table.
a frontage table that does show the total.
Yeah,
But you want to see that?
I'm asking to
Where
put
do
it
I
on.
see that?
Oh, it's right here.
And-
Oh, the front here, that's
Yeah.
right, okay.
Okay.
But just put it in italics or something, would be great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And excuse me, Mr. Tate, where did you get the lot numbers?
The map and lot number from the tax maps?
So the
Oh, excuse
proposed
me,
seven
the
dash
proposed
three two
lot
two, yes.
numbers?
Yeah, so you have to get those numbers from the town clerk.
Yes, if you would mind getting those correct ones from the town clerk, so that what you bring in is actually the plat numbers.
Yeah, the Mylar has to have the right lot numbers on it,
Yeah,
so the
absolutely.
town clerk issues those.
Town clerk issues those prior to the approval of the subdivision.
Correct.
That way you don't have.
Prior to approval of your subdivision, you're gonna have to have them, tax map lot number for each one.
Otherwise you redraw it. I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
So
no,
what's
that's appreciated.
what's his lot? The main lot is 7
The
dash.
remainder lot's gonna be 7-3-322.
Yeah, so there'll be something with that.
Yeah, that one will stay the same, I think.
Well, here's
Aren't they
321
seven?
here, okay.
322-3-4-5, isn't that what we're doing anyway?
Uh,
No, because way back when, they decided that they had a list of numbers, and they said, all this list of numbers, we don't keep a parent lot. They just have a list,
No, Paul changed that. We're keeping parent
and
lots.
then, good.
Double check it. Double check it.
And that's the town clerk.
Town clerk, yep,
Yes.
Paul Freitas.
And he's here
Monday through
Monday.
Monday through Wednesday after 12.
Correct, 12 to 6, Monday through
Okay,
Wednesday.
Perfect.
Mark, take my seat on planning. Take Larry's seat on planning. Come on, you said you wanted to do it.
Well, if I had the time, I would.
I hear you.
So busy.
I hear you.
All right, is there anything additional from the board?
Anything additional from the board?
No, I'm going to take the plans home and double check all the spelling and map numbers, and do you have a
Ah,
card?
wait a second.
Uh,
You need, in order to do final, Spencer, you gotta send out abutter notices.
All right.
And that's your responsibility, so,
it's our responsibility.
yeah, we don't send them out for you.
Okay.
So you have to send them out to all the abutters, and you have to have all of the return receipts, that they got it. And then let
Return
us know.
receipts that land in their mailbox, not, they don't
The
necessarily.
butters
yeah,
will put
Correct.
them with me.
sign for it.
Correct.
I got that,
Oh,
we're
here,
gonna
right
have
there.
a meeting on
On June 10th,
You intended- oh, okay.
2 weeks before.
Uh,
Butter notices have to go out at least 2 weeks before.
Yeah, and you define a butters as immediately adjacent across the street with an X amount of distance.
the stream, whatever the latest ones were.
Every town is different.
Yep,
God bless
hang
New
on.
Hampshire. You know, so that's
We'll
why
give you
I'm
that
Trying to,
info.
Any property that shares a common boundary with the property to be subdivided or which lies directly across a public right of way from the parcel to be subdivided.
perfect, thank you.
And you just bring in those registered notices that you send them
And the
registered.
nature of the notifications, you have time, date, location of the meeting place.
Correct.
Oh, you guys have a standard?
Yep.
Fishing game.
Do you want me to do a photocopy of that?
Do you mind?
Is the office open?
I think so. You can just reach it.
Don't tell me. It's the record.
No, it's-
There's some already listed on this, but I don't know if they're. This went with all that. Just so it doesn't get separated.
Yeah, they'll be listed on the plans. Yeah, there's all the, yeah, you're gonna want your labels back.
Oh, we gave them to you. Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. Oh, saving me some work then. Every town has a little bit of a different process.
Don't worry, you'll notify those people and those people will notify everybody else.
Well, packed house in June.
Oh, yes.
Your AC works, right? Okay. And you asked if I had a card. I'm notorious for not carrying cards around with me, so I apologize. But if you'd like my email, I'm happy to give it to you. Or phone number.
Here's one down
or
here.
I can email you directly. Or,
Is it?
sounds like I'll be in touch with the town clerk.
Well, you got your phone number here on the bottom.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yep.
all I got.
Okay, yeah.
The fax number.
Oh, alright. Jim wants to make another copy.
No, I'm just giving extra copies.
All right, perfect.
Make some photocopies.
It's part of our, it's just,
Yeah, so I can make a copy. Yeah.
No, by the next
Maybe
election,
issue with your
March, next month.
so did we get a copy?
I got a copy. It's all set. Thank you.
No, that's what he said, he doesn't want to be sure. Supposed to be on.
Awesome. All right, nothing else, guys?
Just for your reference, the butters are defined under Article 2, definitions 2.0
Of our
of our subdivision regulations, just to, so you can confirm that.
A2.
Article 2, paragraph 2.0, under definitions, the definitions of butter. Just so for your reference.
All right.
I'm all set.
We'll see you on June
Thank you very
10th.
much. Happy
Thank you,
spring.
guys.
You guys want these copies?
Sure, in there. We love copies.
Thank you.
Mylar and 3 copies for the board, right?
Yeah, Mylar and, yes.
Mylar and 3 copies for
Three
the
paper
board.
copies, Mylar.
Yep.
And then you guys, when you want one to review. Because those will probably be the finals, right?
Those will be the finals.
Bring one to review so we can double check.
If you can get one for us to review 2 weeks before the meeting, that would be great.
Awesome.
And just drop it with the clerk to put in our box.
We'll do it. All
Okay?
right, thanks.
Great, guys, thank you.
Take care.
All right,
Let the grass grow, the birds will come. All right.
we don't have any correspondence that I know of. Mr. Poole, you're up. Conservation Committee. I think we're gonna talk about,
Conservation Commission, so
yes,
I'm new to all this kind of stuff, so the reason I'm here, we're trying to put together the required document for the national resource inventory. And I've done a lot of research on it and so forth, and trying to work around to see what we want to do with it anyway. So I put together a document that I sent to Megan Butts. I've been working with Megan up at the Upper Valley Regional Planning. Trying to get some thoughts on what they would be able to provide us, since they're one of the major providers of all of the towns joining. And then also, she had helped me take a shot at looking at the tax map and trying to convert the tax map information into a digital form, like being made into a map like tried that and it was a successful test. So I put all that information together and I wanted to put it in front of the board here. Hopefully you have a copy of it. I sent it to Tim a while back, the copy research distributor, and I asked Paul to put it on the meeting minutes a few days ago. So I just want to go through real quick section. I don't know if you've had a chance to look at it. Take a look at what's in there.
Did Upper Valley give you any cost for the three options?
No, that's the point. So there's three options, three major options I want to discuss. So first there was a list of what the various maps for the.
John, let me just read this for the record. So option 1 is complete creation of property boundaries, tax maps, and GIS format, and also all other maps and lists similar to ones created for adjacent towns, but in a Croydon flavor. Option 2 is static maps with overlays, complete creation of property boundaries, GIS format, all maps with access in independent PDF files. And then option 3 is dynamic maps, which is the development of an application to exist and execute an off-site resource to provide the ability for a user to selection a base map and followed by the selection of a second map to be overlaid over on the one chosen as the base. The candidate maps to be allowed as overlays will need to determine what makes sense in the technical feasibility.
Right.
So pretty much a basic maps to more advanced on the computer, I would think, right? Mm-hmm.
Right, they're all on a computer. So the basic maps are what you'll find if you go look at Cornish or Newport or Claremont or Charlestown. All of those are basic PDF file maps that have the information for lake geology, lakes, rivers, and wetlands, and wildlife corridors and wildlife habitats, soil types, steep slopes, all that kind of stuff. They're all PDF files. Bring them up, look at it, you get the information from them. The second one is where you're going to join the property boundaries to one or more of those maps that were produced without them, so that you have the overlay of the property boundaries for, for example, for steep slopes or soil types, or that kind of stuff. And the last one would require some development of an application and a host that's run on, where, and they would be the host of this. They would have them host the application. And we would execute a program on their machine, just like you go to Avatar from here on their stuff, which would be able to bring up a list of the maps to look at, and you can select one, and on the side it would say something like, here's the overlay possible. I want to overlay tax property boundaries on this one. So, and it would dynamically merge the two in front of you, and then you can switch around. So the most expensive one obviously would be the last one. I have no figures on it. I think the next step would be to try to get them on board. So that's one put in front of you and have you take a look and see the amount of information I know in the planning document that you put together. I think you worked with them on a couple of those maps. Yeah. See the whole list I had there. One that I wanted to put in there was current use. We actually have, when you look at the land all around the town and so forth, there's a good chunk of property that looks like it's unprotected from any point of view, but in reality, we actually have almost 20,000 or 19,000 acres of land that's in current use. So there's a lot of property out there that still is under some protection from development without having to do something. So that's one. I think either Cornish or Charlestown actually had one of those developed. And the other one you were looking at there, I think, was lots over 100 acres. Property over 100 acres, that would be another one of the natural resources.
Yep.
So I just want to get your sense when you go through it, if that makes sense. I think the list of maps that Cornish has is fairly extensive.
No.
When I talked to Megan a while back, she said they put those together for Cornish for $5,000 for that set. Those are all stacked. So I'm not sure what those would be today, but those are recent.
My suggestion would be to get pricing from Upper Valley on the three options.
What's that?
My suggestion would be to get pricing from Upper Valley on the three options for what they can do.
Okay.
And let's take a look at what that number is, because the board has some money in the budget this year that we don't have an allocation for it, just put it in the budget.
Right.
So if you're in the $4,000 to $5,000 range, we probably have that. We could start now. But if these three options are more than that, then we'd have to go to the voters in March of next year.
Right. Or start out with less of the.
Yep, we could do
And
that.
add to that to the next year.
The only problem with doing it that way is that if you start the project and it doesn't get funded in March, it stops. And so you kind of throw that money away. That's the only reason why you don't usually do that. You usually
Okay.
usually
So
put it
that
forward.
would be another question to speak to Megan Butts about. Ask her, when you get the pricing, if we start with a base map of our parcels, could we do the base map of our parcels with the road system, maybe a water system, maybe an overlay, but eventually could we take that base map and expand it into a dynamic map? Do we have to stop at just a base map, a static map? Could we use the static map to go into a dynamic, a GIS overlay? Or is it a different, do the PDFs not translate into the GIS overlay? She'll know exactly what I'm talking
No,
about.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
So the other question I have is, did any of you want to, if we, I would like to bring Megan down and talk to Megan, would any of you like to participate or at least be present when we talk? Okay. So now the process, so it's what I invited them to, is maybe some questions. So in the
Too long.
Conservation Commission meetings, I would invite them to come down to that meeting and go through it and invite any other interested parties.
Yep.
Right? Now, that would be like from the planning board, from the select board, or to the village public.
Well, if you're doing a meeting and you're going to invite Upper Valley down, you would want to invite any select board members or any planning board members. Your meeting is posted for the public, so you don't have to invite the public. They're always invited.
All right. So it'd just be the.
So if you wanted to have a select board member there, or if you wanted to have planning board members there, it's nice to give an invitation for that. And that would be something that everybody should want to do, because Concom is a cool thing.
All right, so I just send an invitation to have everybody on the board to come to that meeting.
Yeah, I would definitely do that. And then why don't you plan to come back at the June 10th meeting and present the costs of what the stuff is? Because we're going to do a workshop in May where it's going to be focused on a couple other things, but we could put you on for June.
Okay.
Okay?
Kim, question. Are any of these maps that he's listed, are there any there that we don't want? Because I could imagine each of these amplifies the cost, so
No geology.
that's, okay.
Yeah, if we get soil types, and soil types is one we could maybe walk on.
continuation.
We definitely want bodies of water, the rivers and streams.
Steep slopes.
Steep slopes, absolutely. The aquifers, they should come with the rivers and streams. Anything for water, those should all be bundled together. The FEMA flood overlay should be part of that, and that should be where you get your water from. So that's your aquifer, that's wildlife.
Something like
Yeah,
this
it really need to last.
requires quite a bit of study.
So the wildlife,
You're
I
looking
would
for
actually say if
wildlife
we could find
habitat.
a wildlife corridor. We don't
Corridors, yeah.
need the
Corridors.
habitat and the ranking, just the corridors.
Just the corridor.
Because that's gonna help us connect our green spaces that we truly wanna preserve, rather than, so if we have conservation land and it's overlaid in a wildlife corridor, then we're gonna know, and then it also has wetlands, that's prime wildlife territory, and we're gonna wanna look at that to make sure we try to conserve that conservation.
The only reason
Concom's gonna want it.
The only reason I included that one, the other towns have, because it's tied in with New Hampshire, with the, New Hampshire, no, the Hampshire Wildlife Swamp. State Wildlife Action.
Okay. You want that note?
Side
note.
We want to
But
take
Kim,
those
okay,
three out.
define these, Kim, define the wildlife corridors. Don't you have to do studies and have people sitting out there at night with a night vision goggles and
No,
see what goes
some
by?
of the corridors have already been done by NH Granite.
Oh, they have, okay.
So it's when you get down into, as Don is saying, when you really want to start pulling some of these state programs in,
Right.
you need some of the ranking, of the habitat ranking in the corridors and the heights. If we want to worry about amphibians and vernal pools, and if we really, so I think we kind of want to approach this at a higher level, and then as we get more people involved in it, start going down into some of the smaller, more microscopic things. I absolutely agree, we need the wildlife corridors, but I think we can start with the corridor and then work our way into breaking the corridor into pieces, so to define it. Definitely the
That sounds like a
schools.
good approach.
Great work, Don.
This
Really,
is
really great
fantastic,
work.
and the maps are unbelievable. I've been working with them for a long time, from just a static PDF file that you put over a map, and then you add another overlay and a transparent overlay to the system that I have up in Lebanon, where, I mean, I can just throw all kinds of things on it. It's amazing the detail and the amount of information that you can get out of these maps for a piece of property.
And it's gotta be color coordinated, because I'm sure they, pretty soon we can't see. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
Will do.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
Awesome.
All right, thank you, Don.
so
Good
much,
job.
Don.
Really good job. All right, other business, anything?
I can maybe put a few things on your radar for the school.
Cool.
In no particular order. I spoke to Amy and also Kim about this. I don't know if it's come up at a select board meeting yet. I know she was gonna talk about it at the last budget committee, but I wasn't at that one either, so I don't know if this has surfaced yet, but we're gonna direct some of the money from the Little Red renovation to pave the portion of Forehand Road that goes from Route 10 up to the start of the school's parking lot. So I've got the board approval for that, so that can go in. I'm sorry?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but yes, it did come up at the select board meeting and budget meeting, so yes,
Okay.
everybody's on.
Good. All right, so we accepted that quote, and they've already started pulling permits, so that's all going. I told Amy that I kind of wanted to trade services a little bit. I'm hoping the road agent can put a culvert in that takes the water from one side of Forehand to the other, so it's not going into the
Pavement?
Yeah, pavement. So at some point, we'll have to coordinate on that. And then we're also actively engaged with an architect for designs on the new building. I've seen a preliminary drawing, but we'll get probably a second rev of that in the next few weeks. A few things that we're going to need are a lot line adjustment, I think, with the church because of the way that the properties are currently overlapping. And we'll probably need an exception to the setback limitations. So anyways, at a future meeting, I could probably bring you our preliminary plans, and then you can, that's for zoning.
I just tell him, so.
Quick question. Does the town now plow out the Little Red Schoolhouse?
Yes,
Okay, so it's.
Yeah. we're gonna pave everything else. It just seems a little awkward to have one little bit.
You're gonna
Yeah.
do is the new building that you're gonna put back there, is that gonna be a stick-built building, or is that gonna be a modular?
Stick.
Who's doing the stick?
We don't know that yet.
Okay. Because you should talk to LaValle's, because they could build it in the factory.
Yeah, well, at this point, we've only engaged an architect.
Okay.
And we're just doing concepts at the moment. And then once the board accepts a concept, then we'll pursue a contract for full services and get all the drawings. And then,
I'll get you the names of the people to talk to.
yeah, and because it's funded through the rural development, there's like a huge submittal list. And
Yeah.
so we got to go through all the steps. So we'll have to do a full RFP for the
For the whole
GC
thing.
work, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're not quite there yet, but I wanted to just let you know those because I don't know if it's planning, zoning, whatever, but those are the moving pieces with the roads and with property lines and whatnot.
So it'd be interesting to look up what the municipality has to do in dealing with the municipality. Because it may not have to go to the zoning board, it may be a select board decision.
There's no bypass, go, no.
Well, it's, if it's town land, there is. You gotta look and see who the abutter is.
But it's church.
It's town land.
The church owns their own piece in there. So if
Yeah.
he's asking for an
Right.
exception.
But
and
that's, the
it's
church has to agree to that.
Yeah, because right now, the white building actually sits partially on the church's land.
How
So,
long has the white building sat there?
like 15
Forever
years.
since it
How
got
many
here.
years?
I think 15 years or so.
Over 15 years?
At least.
So it sounds like.
Squatter lots, squatter rights to me.
It's not
And I
squatter,
think,
it's-
Yeah, but it's gonna come off.
and we're
You're
probably,
removing it.
we'll probably need to replace the septic as well.
So before you do that, that's when you ask for the boundary line adjustment, because you've been there, what is that called,
Adverse possession,
John? Adverse
so you
possession.
have to go for it.
Well,
Unless
the
it-
church has already shown some willingness to work with us. So I don't think it's gonna be a problem. We just need to make sure we get it done and
It's
everything's.
much easier to
Yeah.
get the boundary line.
So
Yeah.
that would be, I
Boundary
wonder,
line
that would be
adjustment
Clayton
us.
would have to draw that.
Okay.
That would come to here.
Yes. And we could waive, we'd waive
I
everything.
thought the town owned, I thought the town owned.
So get the church to agree to it, then bring it to Clayton, have it redrawn, and
Yep.
bring it here.
Yep, and then bring it here. We're done. That's the law.
And then maybe probably a variance for the setbacks. That would need to go to zoning.
Only, yeah.
Okay.
Question, because I'm not sure. What is the stick building going to be for? We are bringing back kids back to town? Or?
No.
Or
that
the
has-
little
that-
red
that
just
has not
isn't
been
big enough?
discussed. It's another building to expand the size of the space over there. It's a second-
For the existing
it's like a new,
population?
it's like, think of it as a new big white,
Right.
but connected through like a hallway that connects the two buildings.
And
But is that going to mean that you're going to bring some kids back to fill the thing up, or?
No discussion of that yet.
And is the building that's already there encroaching on the setbacks already?
Good question, probably.
And that's been
So
100 and some
then
odd years.
It's already encroaching on the setbacks. Why would you need a variance?
I don't know, I mean, if the whole lot line moves, don't the setbacks move with it?
If the lot line moves, then you might need, depending on where the lot line moves to, you move the lot line
So it
enough
doesn't
so
matter?
that you don't
Oh,
have a
so
problem
it
with the
doesn't matter.
setbacks?
Well, I don't think there's that much space between the church and where the
Little
building
red,
will
it'd
go.
have to be 70 feet.
Who owns the land behind that?
The town owns everything except for the church's piece.
And you'd be, that would be the
That
town
would
setback.
then
It'd be
you-
easy.
Well, next time I'll bring an actual drawing and I can show you. I just
Yeah.
wanted to give you the heads up
Yeah, I
that
would like
I'm
to
working
see
on all
that,
these
because
things.
if you're already encroaching on the setback,
There you go.
then you're grandfathered. You're
Okay.
done. It's been there forever.
Okay,
Anything else? Nope. Motion to adjourn?
so moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Jim, before you go, you know the guy that's been doing the subdivision well? Oh, the reason I say that is, he's not
We're
going
gonna
to
stop the